Well, hello, everybody. It is Pastor Sarah Connor. Some of you know me as Auntie Sarah. Some of you know me as Pastor Sarah. Some of you just know me as Hey Girl, what's up? And I want to come on here live today and encourage you. So I'm just going to give you a little second for y'all to get on and let us just start the week by starting on Sunday with some good vibes and some good word and some good encouragement. And I just really feel inspired today to really share from my heart with you all just some of the things that are happening coming up this year and just some of the things that God has just kind of been laying on my heart for you all. So I'm just waiting for people. My hair got really long really fast. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited to have you all here. I'm not sure. I need to change this. Change that from there. But anyway, so if you're here, just kind of tell me your name and where you're from. And let me tell you, I'm about to encourage you tonight. I'm telling you, I'm about to encourage you tonight. I'm telling you, I'm about to encourage you tonight. So just give me a name real quick and just give me a wave. And let me say, just say, hi, Pastor Sarah, hi, or whatever. And let me see. So I'll just go first. Hi. All right. So let me know who you are, where you're coming from. And if you're ready, I'm ready. All right. So let's start. I wanted to come on here for several reasons. One, we have to set the tone for the year. All right. A lot of times we have New Year's resolutions, we have different things coming up. And everybody's year is not necessarily starting off with all this bang and all this excitement. Hi, Atlanta. It's not starting off with all this pizzazz. And you can kind of be thinking like, where is the new year? It feels like 2022 is sneaking over into 2023 and it's kind of hard. I want to just encourage you. Normally I have a script. I do. But I'm not feel scripted today. I really feel like I want to share something with you. So, hey, Washington, D.C. Whoa, hi, Virginia. How are you? Hey, Dr. DuPont. Listen here. Guys, love it. All right, so let me just share with you tonight. I wanted to just reiterate some things to you. When you are going through transitions, when you're going through difficult times, hi, Canada, how are you doing? A lot of times, today I want to talk to you about how distress and anxiety can impact your goals. All right. How to get out of this slump. Hey, Tampa. Hey, Jamaica. Hey, Canada. How does this happen? Because what it's designed to do is to make you doubt and make you step back and make you not invest in yourself. You are the greatest investment. You are the greatest asset. Repeat that with me. I am the asset. I am the asset. I am the asset. You are the asset. You're your greatest investment. When God was creating the earth, and he pulled man out of the ground, right? And he said, you're going to till the ground. Work with me. He built man. He took man out of the ground. And then he told man, go dig the ground. He built man out the ground. And then he told man, go dig in yourself and be fruitful and multiply. The very thing that I pulled you out of, the very thing that I formed you out of, dig into that. Get into that. Pull out the potential in that. Be fruitful and multiply. The wealth is within you. Yes, it was tough. They got kicked out of the garden. Yes, they made an error that cost them a whole lot. But God still said, dig in that ground. And when you till that ground, you're going to reap from it. But many of us leave treasures undug inside because we negotiate them into nothing and we discount them as zero because we look at them through the lens of trauma, the lens of hurt, the lens of disappointment, the lens of frustration, the lens of anger, and we take those things and say they cannot be used. And now we come into a new year with an old mindset, not understanding that the very things that we're pushing away are our greatest assets. So we're looking for something new. And God is saying, You have everything inside of you to do a new thing, because he said this, behold, I do a new thing. It is taking what you have and repackaging it. Now, let me give you a revelation, because like I said, I do have a script, but we're not scripting tonight. This is just me and you talking. All right? You ready? Let's do this. Okay. Because that is not on my notes. Exodus. We just going to go to Exodus. Those of you who like Exodus and like notes, just work with me. Exodus 1. Okay. Moses, we know the story of Moses. He go on the river. The Pharaoh's daughter come catch him. All right. Then he grows up, right? When he grows up, then he goes and he ends up killing an Egyptian. And whoa, what was that? Has to get into the wilderness, runs off into the wilderness. You're catching with me? Track with me. You're track with me today. Hi, Sonia. So track with me, right? So here we are. Things happened in Moses' life. Moses gets rescued. Then Moses is wealthy. Moses is having the life. He is living the dream life. Then you know what? Something inside of him goes, I got to stand up for what's right. And he stands up for what's right, and it costs him. It cost him. He goes into the wilderness, gets married. Jethro is his father-in-law, and he's out there. Now we come up into like Exodus 4, and he's at the burning bush. And so he's up in the mountain, I think Mount Moriah, and the bush starts to burn, and he gets overwhelmed, and he goes, oh my gosh, the bush is burning. And God speaks to him out of the bush and says, listen, I am that I am. I want you to go do something. And he's like, do what? Like, first of all, this bush is talking to me. Do what? And here's the thing. In Exodus 4, right? He says to him, listen, Moses, I want you to go and deliver these people. And he said, which people? And he said, the Egyptian people, the people in Egypt. I want you to go back to the Israelites. I want you to go deliver them out of Egypt. He goes, okay, let me just remind you that I killed the Egyptian man. I don't have no plug in Egypt no more. I don't have no boost in Egypt. I don't have no safety, no cover in Egypt. They're going to come for me. They're going to come for me. They're going to come for me. I am running from them. This is his past. Work with me. This is his past. This is his ground that he has to go till. And so God says to him, Moses, what is in your hand? And Moses says, it's a staff. And he says, take the staff, throw it on the ground. Moses throws the staff on the ground, and what? It turns into a snake. When it turns into a snake, Moses jumped back. And Moses go, whoa, whoa, whoa. And God says, pick up the stick. Pick up the snake by the tail. When Moses grabs the snake by the tail, it turns back into a rod. At the end of it, that chapter, it says, listen, and now the staff of Moses became the rod of God. Now, track with me. It became the what? Rod of God. What Moses laid down, his fears, his past, the stuff, the mistakes, the errors, the frustration, all of that depression, that anxiety, that running from his past, when he laid that down, when he picked that thing back up, God said, watch me use this as a symbol. Watch me use this as a delivering tool. Watch me use this to part seas. Watch me use this, Moses. The very thing you're running from, the very thing that you're disgusted with, the very thing that you're ashamed of, the very thing that has broken you, the very thing that has cost you, Moses, watch me use this. Pick it up. Don't be ashamed of it. And don't you be defined by it as a shepherd, because you're not a shepherd. You're playing small, Moses. You are a deliverer. You are a deliverer. And so now when you begin to track where the rod of God began to move, it parted the Red Sea. Then the rod caused plagues to come, the plague of the frogs and the plague of the firstborn and the plague of blood. And then when the Amalekites were trying to beat Israel, and the rod was being held up by Aaron and Hur, and as long as Moses' arms were up with the rod, then they had victory. That rod, that very thing, God will use. What am I saying to you today? In 2023, there's a lot of different things that are going on in 2023. But with the prophetic word that I got, there's a lot of prophetic words, and there's a lot of different people that have prophetic unctions from God, right? Some people on national levels, personal levels, global levels. They're different people in different roles. There are three things God clearly told me. Number one, there's going to be a shift in the economic market when March to April, mid-March to April. Number two, it is not about substance, it's about systems. Your systems have to change. Your habits have to change. Your structures have to change in order for there to be increase. And what he showed me was in the book of Luke, when he was going to the disciples, and the disciples were washing their nets. They were washing their nets. And he said, listen, let's go, take me out there. And he began to teach them, the Bible says, and he said to them, to the disciples, hey, drop your nets. And they said, Master, we've been fishing all night. We did not get anything. And he says, but at your word, I will drop the net. When he dropped the net, the Bible says so much fish began to come that they had to call help. And we call that the net breaking miracle. Now, many people focus on the miracle. Many people focus on the help. But God said, no, Sarah, I would not have been able to go and teach, and the miracle would not have been able to come had they not been doing the basic foundational things of washing the nets. Had there been all this stuff in the nets, the fish would have died. They would not have caught enough fish because there was other things blocking the increase. And so he's saying your systems have to shift in order for you to get increase. What are these systems that are going to have to happen? Now, here we know that 87% of people, when they make a New Year's resolution, by the second Friday, have already quit on their resolution. This is a study done by Harvard. So then further on, by February, 91% of people have quit. Only 8 to 9% of the population actually keeps their resolutions. Why? Because you're trying to make a resolution and not actually trying to make a resolve about changing your life. So you get excited and you put a vision out there, but you have no structure and order to get it done. When God was creating the earth, what did he do? Day one, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create light. Day two, I'm going to create some atmosphere. Day three, I'm going to create the ground. Therefore, the sun, the moon, and the stars. We know day 6 is a man, and day 7, I'm done. I've checked off my list. I'm done. I don't want to do nothing else. I'm done. Order, structure. That is how you're going to maximize your particular moment, maximize your particular mission, is making sure there's some structure and order. I had a girl that came to me, one of my daughters in the faith, if you want to call it, and she had opened up 2 businesses at the same time because she was so inspired. She was so inspired. She got so inspired, she opened up 2 at the same time. So then she met with me and she said, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what I'm doing. And she just wanted to quit. What we had to do was sit down and go, all right, we're in it now. We are in it. We need to create an order and structure to handle this, because what has happened is you are trying to build this house on this foundation. You didn't have the structure and the order to support this. So this is what's happening. But now let us put some investment into the foundation. She did that, and they're both still running a year and a half later today. After our first meeting, she was able to raise $5,000 within the first 72 hours. There was order and structure, and so increase began to come because the mending of the nets, she was willing to do. The washing of the nets, she was willing to do. So my word to you in what God has said to me to tell you is the basics. Do not discount the basics. Do not discount the basics. The foundation, the structure, the order that you need in your life for net breaking increase. If the error is found in your routine, the error is found in your structure and your order. We got to get that. Okay. So he said the economy is going to shift. He said we need to have structure and order. And the next thing here is one thing that we all have is no. We have no. We have no. Now, what are you going to do with no? Is the question. Well, you know what? Tomorrow I'll start. Next week I'll do it. Oh, I can't wait till March. Spring fling. I've missed New Year's resolution, so let's go into Valentine's. No. You must maximize the moment of no. This opportunity, this moment you have, where you are and where I am today is not based on decisions I will make in the next 10 years. It's based on decisions I've made years before, weeks before, months before. My present is a culmination of the decisions I've made in the past, and my future will be made based on the decisions I'm making where now. So if you want to shift your life, you shift your life now. You don't shift your life tomorrow. You don't shift your life Friday. You shift your life now. Moment to moment, you begin to build upon the next moment, and you begin to matriculate a whole acceleration in your life based on moments. What will you do with your no? Will you complain with your no? Will you shrink back with your no? Will you minimize your potential in your no? Will you discount yourself? Will you find an excuse? Will you see why it cannot be done? What will you do with right now? Will you get frustrated and fold your arms? Will you hold back? Will you shrink down? What will you do with now is the question. Your now in the next 30 seconds becomes your future. So you have to decide how you are going to live the next future. Because right here is not enough. Why is it not enough? If you cannot do the things that are in your heart to completely do for yourself and others without it crippling you, you and I are not at the place where we need to be. If it is in your heart to pay for your mom's house, but if you try to do that, it will cripple your house. We are not in the place that we want to be. If it's in your heart to be able to jog and you have so much inflammation in your body that it is hard, we are not at the place that we need to be. So we have to be able to say where I am and where I need to be has something in the middle. And it is called decision and it is called consistency. And those two things I have to decide to be consistent. I love when people tell me, oh, Pastor Sam, please hold me accountable because I'm not consistent. Honey, you are consistent. You're consistently not doing something or you're consistently doing something. But you're consistent. You're consistently eating ice cream and bread and sugar and wheat and corn. You're consistent. Well, I don't like how I feel. Oh, you like how you feel now. You like how you feel because you're not doing nothing to shift how you feel. So it's not hurting you enough for you to make a shift. And I'm saying to you, the reason why people do not complete their assignment and their New Year's resolutions is because a lot of times they are looking for inspiration without, instead of understanding they are the asset. And when you generate from within the goal, when you generate from within the purpose and the idea, it's called the generation effect on the brain. And when it comes out of you, it is twice as likely to happen and manifest because it's initiating out of you. But what you and I want to do is be inspired by somebody else's timeline and live somebody else's life, because we're like Moses looking back and going, oh, you can't do nothing with this life. I don't have enough. When you've got the best life, you've got something to leverage. You've got a stick. I know you just see it as a stick, but it is not just a stick. It is something that when you raise it to the heavens, hail comes out of the sky. When you put it forward, the Red Sea parts. When you hold it this way, the army stops. You are not just holding a stick. You are holding a testimony. You are holding your wealth in your hands because it is your story and God within your story that is going to work. So I'm just stopping by here to encourage you, because you and I are not going to get further if we do not make these shifts for 2023. You don't want to keep recycling. No, the other problem is what I see is this. All right, we start, we get excited, we all sort of, we just kind of awesome. But guess what we don't do? We don't continue. We run the race and we get off the blocks. Whoa! On your marks, set, pew. And then guess what happens on that 400? You see old girl with her long legs or giraffe legs just, and you get distracted. You be like, well, she's ahead. Honey, come let me draw it for you. Let's draw. This is the track. You over here going, well, she ahead of me. She have an advantage. She's ahead. It's the same distance. You just got to run your race. You got to stay in your lane. There's one thing nobody can do is run your race. If you are assigned to lane 6 and you with your happy, excited self feel motivated to go over lane 8, honey, you are going to be disqualified because you are not running your race in your lane. So people start. But along the race, when they get around that bend and they see people ahead of them, they get discouraged. When the quads start hurting, they get discouraged. Ooh, they start pulling up. They fall down and they go, oh, forget it. They do not have accountability. They don't have somebody on the side going, ma'am, sir, it is 10 meters to the end of the thing. You are going to finish this race. Get up. We have 10 meters to go, because sometimes you don't realize you're further along than you think. But there is in you the ability to run the race. There is in you the ability to win. Why? You're still here. You are still here. All of the plots of the enemy, all of the disappointment, all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the frustration. Do you think it was fun for me to have to identify the murdered body of my mom as a teenager and the body wasn't even clean? You think that was fun? That was not fun. Was it fun when I ran away and I almost got gang raped? Was it fun when I actually did get raped? No. Was it fun when my lights were off and I didn't have food to eat? No. Was it fun when I got divorced and things just was like, whoa, y'all really gonna do this to me? Whoa. Was it fun? No. Was not fun at all. But something inside says, keep running, keep going, keep pressing, keep pushing. For if God is for you, who will be against you? And if he has been with you before, he will be with you again. And nothing by any means shall harm you, because God of all creation, he loves you. He is on your side. He's pulling out of you something great, and you cannot afford not to invest in yourself, because you are the asset. You cannot afford not to dig into your ground and reap a harvest. And too many of us invest too little. If the investment that you're not making, I heard this today, if the investment you're not making doesn't scare you a little bit, you're not ready to move. You're not ready to change your life. Because let me tell you something, when you make an investment and that thing stretches you, when you make an investment and that thing scares you a little bit, guess what you're going to do? You are going to show up. You're going to read the book. You're going to be in the class. You're going to sign up for the club. You're going to run the marathon, whatever it takes, because that investment cost you more than you were willing and scared you a little bit more. And in yourself, you're going, there's no way I can waste this. But as long as you are okay with being comfortable, you will not create change in your life and you will not maximize 2023. I tell this to everybody that I mentor. Listen, done is better than perfect. But we've got to get it done. We have to push forward to get it done. And it costs to get it done. But there's so many ways to recover your investment. There's always a rate of return. And you have to look in yourself and believe that this is a year of personal investment. That's the third thing the Lord had told me, that this year would be a personal record-breaking year. A personal record breaking year. It was personal. It was personal. Therefore, the investment that you have to make within yourself to break your own records cannot mirror any other year. The training that you need to get into that next race, to get faster, stronger, have more endurance, cannot be what has been prescribed to you before. It has to amp up for you to amp up. And we cannot get bigger results on lesser investment. It don't work like that. So I am here to challenge you today to say, listen, there's a stick in your hand. You have what it takes. And to crush 2023, there may be some things that you need to do. You may need to do some things different. And guess what? Some of you are incredibly talented and gifted, and wow, you are on the ball. And you may be able to do it on your own. But I have found that it is better to be a smaller part of something big than a big thing or something small. In other words, you need to collaborate. You need to get together versus being singularly apart. So I am letting you know that on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I am doing my 4-week course, my winning course. Now, that's 4 weeks. It helps you get yourself in order. It helps you get structured. It helps you find your purpose. It helps you get your mind right. It gets you on track. This is, we don't play around. We have a good time. But listen, we get on it. We create a system by which you can therefore build the rest of your systems off of, because you know how to think. We've addressed some things in you. And even though it's group, because I'm doing it in the group, it's not a videoed class. It's a live class. Then there's a lot of personal things that get into class. So I'm going to put the link in here because I need you to understand I only have about 4 spots left for this class, and it's going to be closed. You can definitely join this class on Tuesday by calling me. You can call me. I'm going to let you know what my phone number is right now. And you can text me and say, hey, give me some information on this. Or you can schedule a call with me, and say, listen, Pastor Sarah, I want to schedule this call with you. Let me find out, is this the option for you? Is this the best option for me? I am really good at helping you get on track and staying on track. So I don't have that much more space in my first quarter for one-on-one clients. I have like a few of them left, but the group class is definitely going to be a good option if you want to just get into something. Some of you have weight loss goals. Be in my group class. Because this group class, you get my weight loss program, you get the vision board program, you get the Bible study program, and you get my financial program with this one class. Now, Raisha is on here. She was in December's class. She didn't get these things. These are not bonuses that they got. So she probably a little bit jealous, like, hold on, like what happened here? But this new class, to start the year off, I'm giving you every single thing that is possible for you. So I want you to make sure that you call me and let me get on my schedule. So between now and Tuesday, let's talk about it, how we can get you into this group class. Now, I have tons of good stuff coming up this year. There's stuff that some of you are going to get on Instagram, you're going to get on Facebook, and there's be stuff that is free. And then there's stuff that you have to invest in, but it's up to you. So, there's stuff that you have free, but you're not going to necessarily get to talk to me and me coming up into your life. And I do get up in your life. I do. Why? Because I like doing it. And I like seeing change. And I like seeing progress. And I have not lost a student yet. And I have not lost a client yet. They do us proud over here. They do big things. They do great things. I have testimony upon testimony and testimony. If you want testimonies, go to my Imagine More Academy page on Instagram. And you can see all the different testimonies of people and what they do. Right? So, yes, you can text me as well. You can text me as well. It is going to be 469-278-4828. 469-278-4828. So book a call with me so I can find out exactly what you're trying to do. What are you trying to do? Right? And so, like I said, my one-on-one spaces are more limited because I really be invested. I really take it like it's me happening, So I do. And whenever you're in my class, you never leave my life. You never leave my life. You are just part of my family from the rest of the time on. And I know a lot of coaches don't do that because They just exit out, but I don't know how to exit people out my life. Really, probably need a lesson in that. So I have, as a matter of fact, got a contact today from one of my young girls that was in my spring class last year. Is tearing up the place, doing incredible things. And she just texted me this morning and said, "Hey, Pastor Sarah, I'm ready to do my 1-on-1. How can I do it?" And I'm like, "Girl, I got like 3 spots left." I said, "Seriously, I can't take on that many more 1-on-1 individual things." But for her, she's been able to reach me intermittently over, but she does not have the concentrated stuff she needs. Now she's ready to level up. So to level up, she's going to invest again, and we're going to do the work, and we're going to get it done. So I hope this encourages you tonight. What are some of the things that you're hoping for this year? Like, tell me. Like, I have 2 people that really want to get their health in order. They're like, "Do you know that I'm turning 50 this year, by the way?" I am turning 50 this year. I can't believe I'm turning 50 this year, but somebody rescue me. Rescue me! In May 9th, I am turning 50 this year. And they're like, "How do you stay so healthy? How do you stay so strong?" I am intentional. I am deliberate. I'm disciplined. I'm routine. Now, there is a witness on here. Her name is Sabrina Meekins. And Sabrina can testify to you that 3 years ago, I was not disciplined. I was not routine. And I was not deliberate, nor was I intentional in my health, because I'm naturally small. Facts or no facts, Sabrina, tell the truth and let the people know. I would go to my bed at 4 a.m. and you all used to catch me on Facebook at 12 o'clock a.m. doing what? The most on prayer. I was praying at 12. I was praying at 3. Then I would have to get up and get my son to school and go right back into bed. I had no order. No order. And the Lord God Almighty, I'm telling you, boy, come, let me help you. Let me help you today. I was praying with my bold self, and I told the Lord, "Lord, I have on my vision board, you know, this is the plan you have for me. I know what you want me to do. I know you want me around the world." And this is what I'm telling him, you know, the same thing I've been telling him from I'm 15. Okay. And have I spoken around the world? Yes. Yes. Have I been on the biggest TV stations in the world? Yes. In my genre. Absolutely. But I was like, I don't feel like I've finished my course. And the Lord said to me, "You're lazy." Me? Now, again, Sabrina is a witness, because Sabrina was an employee of mine. I was not lazy. I worked, and I worked a lot, and I worked long hours, and I worked. So I could not understand, how dare the Lord tell me I'm lazy? Like, who? What? And he said these words. He said, "You are not ready for the doors I want to open for you, because if you fell down the stairs," this is Jesus for real, "you would break your hip and you would not be able to recover. You have low bone density, and you could not sustain a 10-day revival if I put it in your face." That's what he said to me. It was Sunday, August the 18th, 2019. I called a girl named Rachel Virgil. She's now Hernandez. And I said, "Rachel, what time y'all say you go to the gym again?" She said 6 a.m. I said, "Oh no, the devil is a liar. I go to bed at 4. I was at the gym at 6 a.m. on the 19th. And I have, from that point, had discipline and structure and order in my life. That was August. In October, South Africa called me. And I used to live in South Africa years ago, but South Africa calls me. I had not been back from 1994. And 2019, October, South Africa calls me and says, "Come and preach here." I thought I was going for 1 session. Oh no, jet lag and everything else. Boom, can you do this? Can you do that? And the Lord said, "You see, doors were waiting for you, but you are not fit to do it." And I had to begin to practice enough material in case I got a 10-day revival. So what am I saying to you? Every Sunday, even if I don't have somewhere to preach, I write a sermon. Why? Because I am prepared for the opportunity before the opportunity comes. Do you understand me? But there has to be accountability, there has to be discipline, and there has to be investment. I had to invest in myself. I had to pay thousands of dollars for training. I had to pay thousands of dollars for coaching and accountability and investment. Why? Because I refuse to be stuck. That one opportunity paid me so much money, it made up for 90 days worth of work. And I'm saying to you, it takes a disciplined decision that you want to do more. And you have to make the investment in yourself because you're worth it. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is saying on the outside. You have to know that those doors of opportunity are waiting for you and your disciplined action of faith and investment. Your investment is a sign of your faith, and the discipline is a sign of your commitment to that faith. And then God looks at that and say, oh, I can work with this. I then went to the UK. I went, all my calendar just became so booked because now I was ready and I was practicing. So at any point, anybody can call me and say, hey, man, I can't speak in my pulpit. Can you fly here? I don't have to. I'm ready every week. Even if I don't have anywhere to go. So see, this is the stuff you're going to get in coaching. You want to lose your weight? You want to? I'm not going to be soft on you. I'm going to smile the whole time. But we're not eating everything. We're not eating everything. We are not eating everything. That's not what we're doing because we have goals. You know what the goals are? We don't want to have high blood pressure. We don't want to live in a diabetic state. We don't want to live short lives. We want to be here for children's children. So what we're going to do, we have to do what is necessary. And sometimes you just can't do it on your own. Sometimes you just have to have somebody that is going to be smiling at you and bullying you all the way. I hereby volunteer myself. So I'm not sure what your goal is, to start a business, to get more spiritual discipline, to get through trauma, to get your life in order, to figure out your purpose. I'm not sure what it is that you want, to get unstuck, to not be bored, to not be depressed or anxious, whatever it is. I'm saying to you, join the group course or give me a call. Let's find out what's the best option for you. But I have different options. But 2023, it is your fault if you repeat 2022, knowing full well, I'm standing right in here telling you, you say, well, what will qualify you? You want me to run down my qualifications? I am highly qualified. I have been successful in business. I have been successful in ministry. You say, well, what haven't you been successful? I was successful in everything. There are things I chose to do and things I chose to stop because I wanted to be successful. And other people may look at it in one way or another, but listen, I know what you need to do. Why? I'm not just an average coach, because I also have the gift of prophecy working with me. It's not necessarily a gift, it's a manifestation, but we'll do that another time. That's working with you. So anyway, I will see you all there. And you learn anything? Tell me what you learned. And here's what have you learned? Tell me something you've learned today. Edit your life, guys. Edit your life. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Ingrid. Hi, Michaela. How are you doing? All right. Hey, Raisha. All right. So what have you learned anything? Good. If not, if you just came on, call me at 469-278-4828 and book a call with me. Like, text me tonight. Like, don't be waiting to say, hey, when can I jump on the call with you? Because I'm starting Tuesday, my group class. And when I start, we're going hard because we got a lot of stuff. You get 4 extra bonus classes with that you can do on your own. I will not be walking you through those. But this one I will. And that's a bunch of material for you. If you're my one-on-one, you get the group class gifted to you anyway, right? Hi, Indiana. I know I am supposed to be there apparently this year in November. So I will see you. Yes, I will be in all sorts of places this year. My gosh, I can't even show you my calendar right now. So if you're trying to book me to speak, I suggest you highly book me fast, because like some months I only have 1 weekend available right now. So don't be playing around. 2023, we are doing it. Okay, guys, we are doing it. So let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, I'll see you all another time. Make sure you text me or call me, or prefer to text me because it's Sunday night now and I'm sleepy. So text me so I can schedule you for tomorrow or Tuesday morning, because Tuesday we're hitting it hard. We're not joking around. We're not playing around. We've got to do it. You have got to believe in you. You have what it takes. I'm telling you. You have something worthwhile to do. And I don't care how old you are, you cannot be satisfied with just where we are until you can fully bless somebody the way you want to. And it doesn't impact you. We're not there yet. We've got to keep pushing for the next generation. We've got to keep pushing for our parents. We've got to keep pushing for others. And you say, well, what are we going to do for us? You are going to get the joy of options. You have the option to rest. You have the option for a 4-day week. You have the option for the life that you want. It's in your hand. Do I believe everybody can do it? Absolutely. Do I believe everybody will do it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I hope and I pray. All right. God bless you all. And I have some more goodies coming up for you. And look forward to our retreat happening in May the 25th through the 29th in Jamaica. We are going up in the mountains. It's going to be a speak and write retreat. So if you want to author a book or you want to become a public speaker and retreat with me, every person gets their own cottage. Then I'll have more information coming up on that momentarily. But right now, let's get in class. God bless you. And to all, a good night.